Boys, a lot of the speculation, a lot of the talking points leading into this one was the David Warner ban.
And I think it jumped up in the forefront with the whole Cummins is going to miss out, and the Smudge, of course, is coming back for his second time to be a captain in 2 years, going for a replacement, like being in a leadership position, as we will. And I think also with the way it's not really a trial. What was it? It's whatever the hearing was they were doing for his, to try and revoke his ban.
Is it an appeal?
Yeah, appeal.
Yeah, some sort of appeal process.
That they were going to make public a lot of the findings, and that's kind of why he's backed out of it and said, I'm probably doing the solid and not trying to throw a heap more people under the bus.
The bus.
He's just like, I'm not happy to have taken, what was it, the lynching and all the public discord and the hate from all of that, but it is what it is, and I guess he's moving on from that. But it's really sort of a tough situation for him and his family have gone through to, I guess, be the focus of cheating in major Australian sport.
You never want families to be brought into it. However, if you're in the public eye, it's I'm not condoning, but
and his missus is also an athlete as well
in the public eye.
She had her words to say.
And outspoken. And this is coming from someone that thinks that David Warner was absolutely scapegoated out of this whole saga, and the timing is precarious as well. The fact that leading into a South African series down under, that all of this has come to a foot is a little strange. I think a little bit of the wording might have been somewhat on the nose. Lynching is a strong word.
James,
trauma is a strong word.
You have some of his quote.
It was like an 800 word.
Yeah, I don't need the whole statement,
post,
but do you got anything key there you want to pull out for us?
You hit the nail on the head. So here's one quote. So it appears that the panel has given no more than passing consideration to issues of player welfare and the interest of Australian cricket, and instead is determined to conduct a public lynching.
The first part of that statement I'd agree with. I don't think the board has done much for those players afterwards, but I don't know, lynching is a strong word.
Well, it leads you to think how was this process actually going to fall out then? Like, what were they?
I think he was just hoping that the appeal would just overturn my ban, at least allow me to potentially hold a leadership position at some point. But I think they're digging up all the other history and all the other stuff behind it.
M&M, skeletons, closet, hey mama.
But that's what it means. Public lynching sort of means like this is going to be a public sort of out in front of the camera sort of thing.
Which is the reason he's pulled out of it. He's like, I don't want to follow through this anymore because it sounds like you're going to air all the dirty laundry, which if you believe his management from today was saying...
Yeah, he's quite outspoken, that bloke, isn't he?
Well, kind of saying that, key figures of Cricket Australia and executives, guys in the change rooms leading up to that were part of that decision. And kind of pushing for it as well. The way it's kind of, he's reported it as, David put his hand up and said, hey, the only way we're winning this test match is by swinging the ball. Well, how are we going to do that? And the only way to swing the ball is we're going to have to tamper with it. And they've given him the green light and said, yep, let's just do it. We got to win this test match. And if that's the case, that's a massive statement if actually it's real.
Well, I think it's garbage because I think they all knew. And whoever came up with the idea.
It's probably why the coach got sacked very, very quickly afterwards as well. Because probably a lot more people knew about it. And, Smith and David Warner probably took the brunt of it as
does anyone want to talk about Paul
Cam Bancroft?
We're talking about scapegoats. Number one scapegoat.
Won't ever play for Australia again, probably.
Essentially, yeah. It's all very messy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a lot of the Australian media loves to sacrifice their own, don't they?
True.
Do we want to talk about cough lollies? Do we want to talk about faff? Do we want to talk about the tell-all?
I will say, though, if you understand Australian sports culture, it is a bit different. Because the Australian sport has always been...
held to a higher standard or...
No, punch above our weight, always the underdog, really, trying to push it. Cheating's not really, falls into that mantra. We're not the Russian Olympic team. It's a bit of a difference. It's always been a different...
Where's that public lynching?
Yeah, it's always been a different kind of understanding with Australian sport.
So what, do we hold ourselves to a higher standard?
Well, as being a gritty underdog is kind of where we come from. And, that's that kind of mantra of punching above a weight
No.
doesn't really have cheating in it, is why I get it. That's why I think the public really got stuck into him, and I guess that's why the Prime Minister at the time had to make
a politician's never bent the rules before.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So it's I understand kind of probably a little bit of that psychology there, that it may be a little bit different to how some of the other sports in other nations kind of hold themselves up, and yeah, that's kind of my feeling why it was a little bit different, why it was blown so much out of proportion for that reason. Because we think about it, in any of the other major sports, has there really been anything like that for an Australian team?
It's been probably the biggest scandal involving an Australian team in my memory.
Yeah, I can only think of maybe it's not the hydroplane, the foil on the yachts when we won the but that was innovation. That's not cheating. That's different. There's levels, and that is level 1 in public scrutiny, and this is level 5. Yeah, but that was like 40 years ago. So
yeah,
I can't really think of anything, not a major World Cup or anything across any of the sports.
Of course.
It's always been, the underdog punch above their weight. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. So I think, unfortunately, Warner has to bear the brunt of that, and he will now forever be banned and not be able to take up a leadership position.
Monks, any final words?
No, yeah, I think it's huge of Warner to do this. Like, he's doing it not for himself; he's doing it for the team. He's doing it for Australian cricket. Doesn't give a crap about the politics behind it all. He just wants to make sure that the team plays good cricket and continues to play good cricket and doesn't want to be that distraction to the team. So I think, just huge props to Warner to it's a tough pill to swallow, but taking it on the chin and just saying, look, let's just get back to playing cricket.
I think it's also interesting that potentially it airs that maybe there is some still dirty laundry floating around in Cricket Australia. So maybe some other finger pointings, and the guys that play in the team probably don't care too much about the politics side of it, but there's probably a bunch of stuff happening back there that maybe they're not real happy about.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the stuff with Langer and how he got, I guess, lack of a better word, scapegoated as well a little bit towards the end of his term.
Well, I think him and Cummins didn't really see eye to eye, unfortunately, but they are.
Yeah.
Power struggle.
It seems like there is a lot of power struggle, a lot of politics behind the scenes that we're not privy to. Hopefully just keep on playing good cricket.
Well, I think this is, there's probably smoke, and then this is Warner's little bit of fan to fan those flames and see what comes of it.
I would say cricket and politics will never be free of each other. That would be my final statement on that one.